The sidekick series in classical Pilates mat is something that I think is, instead of chasing a lot of different choreography with the working leg, it's more about understanding how we establish our base and challenge that using that top leg. So I'll show you what I mean. When we first come from the end of that jackknife, as we come down, we'll come to the ground, we come onto the side body. For this, I like to think of a three-part base in the system. So basically we have greater trochanter, the bony nub of my hip on the side. We have my waist bone, the iliac crest, right above that bony nub on the side. And then I'll have my fourth toe ball. So we have greater trochanter. I hike my hip to find that touch of the waist bone, and then I stand long through that kickstand, that fourth toe ball. Then my arm on the ground, I'll just slightly pull my elbow in a little bit, and I'll lightly support my head. I sort of give the cue of I should always be able to just lightly brush the neck. I don't want to be pushing into the hand, because really it's this working through my base with the hip hike, standing through that ball of foot, that allows me to feel sort of supported and kind of cantilevers my head up off the ground. So just lightly supporting with the hand here. Other hand can come in front to make sure that we don't fall forward or backwards as we move the leg. So first, we'll start to go with our front and back. As I come forward with this leg, the tendency will be I want to fall forward. So I'm just pushing this hand, ball of the hand, fourth finger ball, into the floor. As I come forward, I'm checking in, can I maintain greater trochanter and waist bone, the iliac crest, in the floor? And then as I come back over the leg, I go back only as far as I'm able to maintain, again, that contact of my waist bone, my bony nub of the hip, iliac crest, greater trochanter, and that fourth toe ball, kickstand. I come forward, and I come back. Thinking soft sternum, long back of the neck. I'm lightly supporting with the hand if I need it. And I come back, and forward, and back. And what we want to notice is, as we come forward and back, you want to notice, can I still maintain at the end of this range? I can only go as far forward as I can maintain that contact of greater trochanter, iliac crest, and ball of foot. Same thing with the up and down. As we come up long and back down, I only go as far up as I can maintain this contact through greater trochanter, iliac crest, ball of foot. Romana Krzyzanowska often said in terms of reps in Pilates, 3 to 5 with a max of 10. That was what I was taught. So I'm going to do about 5 repetitions to each, somewhere around there. And then the leg lifts, I think, are interesting because now we're changing our 3 lowest weight bearing segments to really 2. So now as we lift the top leg, lift the bottom, we touch, I want to still maintain that contact of greater trochanter and iliac crest. And then we come down to the kickstand using that hike of hip to maintain iliac crest. If you lose it, you'll notice the top hip will drop and you'll just be on greater trochanter. So you'll lose this grounding through the top of your pelvis, your waist bone, your iliac crest. So I keep that hike of hip, make sure I'm touching both. I come up, bottom leg comes up, make sure we're touching both, and then they both come down to the kickstand, still keeping this hike of the hip. We test again, we lift the top leg, bottom leg heels touch, and we maintain greater trochanter, iliac crest into the floor, and top leg, bottom leg, and we come back down. Just so you can see this on the other side of my body, I'll show you what the back looks like. In between these sets, you'll do hot potato, you'll do the leg lift, holding the ankle, you can do all of those, but basically you're just maintaining that contact of greater trochanter and iliac crest and ball of foot when applicable. In between sides, we'll come onto the stomach, palm over palm, forehead on the hands. We beat the legs. This is where I'm just trying to find my pubic bone in the floor as soft chin. You can even add a little pulling from the elbows, imagining like you're pulling yourself forward, kind of how we did for the neck roll and the swan. That same idea, using the elbows to pull you forward in space, driving down into the pubic bone as we beat 8 to 10 times. We take a pause, we lengthen, we beat 8 to 10 times, and then we'll come over to the other side. This is where you're finding, again, same thing, greater trochanter, iliac crest, and fourth toe ball. Just so you see this in my body from another angle, we have the same thing. We only go as far forward as we're able to maintain that touch of greater trochanter and iliac crest. You'll notice that it's a different experience on each side, most likely. And so we do 3 to 5 sets of that. And I'm just, again, I'm only going as far forward, I'm only going as far backwards as I can maintain that touch of greater trochanter and iliac crest, using that hike of hip to find that iliac crest, that waist bone on the floor. Same thing as I go up and down. It's about maintaining those lowest weight bearing segments, maintaining that foundation. And then with the leg lifts, I lift the top leg, I lift the bottom leg, heels touch, and we come down. Noticing that I want to drop this top hip, which only gives me my greater trochanter. I lose my iliac crest, my waist bone, so I hike that up, maintain it. I lift, I maintain that hike of my top hip to maintain greater trochanter and iliac crest to then ball of foot. I lift, I'll do one more, I lift, and down. And then we come onto the back for the next exercise. So again, whatever you're doing, the little circles, the grand rond de jambe, the scissors, hot potato, it's really just about maintaining the integrity of the base and using that top leg to challenge it, all the while slightly sort of wrapping the shoulder, elbow in the floor, lightly supporting the head. It should look light, long, easy in the body, and we don't push it to anything that has sort of too much deflection or instability.